Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, Jimmy, and Jey Uso are reuniting. Huge mistakes the WWE made at Bash in Berlin. Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins spotted at Music Festival during WWE Hiatus. Vince McMahon didn't understand human nature. Cody Rhodes addresses a serious claim about the WWE locker room and Vince McMahon's trafficking lawsuit. The WWE's plans for Cody Rhodes' road to bad blood confirmed. Dominik Mysterio is facing Rhea Ripley one-on-one. Massive congratulations to CM Punk. Let's dive right in. Huge mistakes the WWE made at Bash in Berlin. Bash in Berlin made history with the largest gate for an arena show, something that WWE has consistently achieved with recent shows in Europe. However, despite this success, many fans were disappointed with the event. Let's look at some of the biggest mistakes WWE made at Bash in Berlin this weekend. Number 1, predictable show. One major complaint fans shared on social media during the show was how predictable it was. Although Kevin Owens teased a heel turn, he didn't follow through, and it was obvious that the Women's Tag Team Championships would change hands. WWE seems to have booked itself into a corner, with many of its major titles already locked in long-term storylines, meaning they won't be changing hands for a while. Number 2, the Bloodline left off the card. Although there was a valid reason for the Bloodline's absence this weekend, as Afa Anoa'i's funeral was taking place, the show still felt like it was missing something. The 5-match card focused heavily on Gunther, who delivered in the main event, but the show lacked an X factor. At SummerSlam, fans were sent home happy with Roman Reigns' return. In contrast, this month's show felt more like a regular episode of Raw or SmackDown, lacking that vital element to make it special. Number 3, no interference from Jey Uso. Jey Uso and Rhea Ripley have been hinting at joining forces for several weeks, ever since Dominik Mysterio betrayed Rhea and sided with Liv Morgan. Many fans thought this weekend would be the perfect time for Uso to align with the Terror Twins during the Judgment Day's interference. While there were reasons for Uso's absence from Bash in Berlin, fans were expecting surprises and the show didn't deliver any. Number 4, Randy Orton's Gunther finish. Randy Orton and Gunther were both well received in Germany, putting WWE in a difficult position for the main event. It was clear that fans wouldn't be satisfied regardless of the outcome, but the finish felt anticlimactic. Orton passing out to the sleeper hold was intended to portray Gunther as a formidable opponent, and Orton certainly helped elevate him. However, as the show's conclusion, it felt underwhelming. WWE had various options to avoid a flat finish, but after the controversy at King of the Ring, they clearly wanted to play it safe this time. Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins spotted at a music festival during WWE Break. Becky Lynch's recent hiatus from WWE has been the subject of much discussion. After losing her Women's World Championship to Liv Morgan at WWE King and Queen of the Ring, Lynch attempted to win back the title in a rematch on Raw, but was unsuccessful. Now a free agent, Lynch was recently spotted attending a music festival with Seth Rollins. On the May 27th episode of Monday Night Raw, Liv Morgan retained her Women's World Championship by defeating Lynch in a steel cage match. Despite Lynch's efforts, Morgan held on to the title. This match marked Becky Lynch's most recent WWE appearance as she explores her options outside the company. Seth Rollins has also been absent from WWE following a severe attack by Bronson Reed on the August 5th episode of Raw, and he is currently dealing with ongoing health issues. A fan recently shared a photo on Reddit showing her with Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins at the California Is for Lovers Music Festival, which took place on August 31st at The Torch at the LA Coliseum. Excuse how crazy I look in the photo, but I was at a music festival last night and looked over and saw Becky and Seth just chilling. I asked if I could take a photo and they obliged. Super cool. While on break, Seth Rollins has been focusing on his fitness, and Becky Lynch appears to be enjoying her time away from WWE. It remains to be seen whether Lynch will return to WWE later this year to join her husband. What are your thoughts on Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins being seen at a music festival? Do you think Becky Lynch will eventually return to WWE? Vince McMahon didn't understand human nature. Vince McMahon has been absent from WWE for some time, but his impact on the world of wrestling is still significant. Vince Russo, one of his most successful writers, recently shared insights into McMahon's character, highlighting his lack of empathy. McMahon, the former WWE CEO, has been away from the industry since facing serious allegations of sexual misconduct by Janelle Grant earlier this year. The latest episode of Sportskeeda's The Wrestling Outlaws focused on Bryan Danielson's recent remarks about Vince McMahon. Danielson recalled how McMahon, after Danielson's world title win at WrestleMania 30, had no plans for him moving forward. Vince Russo, who worked with McMahon during WWE's Attitude Era, has had several difficult interactions with him. Russo admitted that McMahon rarely engaged in meaningful conversations to understand human nature. According to Russo, McMahon often expected his employees to go above and beyond for WWE, and he suggested that McMahon may not have had any genuine friends. The former WWE head writer explained, "This is the God-honest truth because this was when he gave me the, hire a nanny. He had no idea what he was saying, and that's my point, Chris. What I'm trying to say is, bro, Vince McMahon had no friends. I don't think he was around enough people to have personal, like me and EC3, like every week. God, bro, the sage we get into on the show. I don't think Vince really had those conversations with people where he really understood human nature. He definitely didn't understand people's feelings. I can tell you that. When Bryan Danielson, formerly known as Daniel Bryan, won the World Championship at WrestleMania 30, he might have hoped to become the next John Cena. However, McMahon allegedly favored Roman Reigns for that top spot. Although Danielson had candid discussions with McMahon, Russo believes McMahon would never have fully understood Danielson's aspirations. Beyond creative differences, McMahon may not have been the most empathetic leader, as Russo added, "So when Daniel Bryan is sitting, Vince is totally oblivious to it. I totally believe he is oblivious to what Daniel Bryan is feeling at that moment. I don't think he was capable of understanding." Currently, Bryan Danielson is the AEW World Champion, while Vince McMahon seems unlikely to make a return to professional wrestling, with every potential opportunity seemingly closed off. Cody Rhodes addresses a serious claim about the WWE locker room and Vince McMahon's trafficking lawsuit. The allegations brought forward by Janelle Grant have severely tarnished Vince McMahon's reputation as a business magnate. Accusations of sex trafficking and sexual abuse now overshadow McMahon's legacy as a key figure in the entertainment industry. Janelle Grant has accused Vince McMahon, WWE, and John Laurinaitis of serious misconduct, including sexual assault, emotional abuse, and sex trafficking, with allegations dating back to March 2019. Many details have emerged since the lawsuit was filed in January this year. During the post-Bash in Berlin media scrum, Cody Rhodes was asked if he was aware of the Janelle Grant lawsuit and whether the WWE locker room had been properly informed, especially given why they have remained so silent about it. Cody Rhodes clarified that the issue isn't about belief or disbelief in the allegations. The primary focus for the wrestlers is delivering great performances for the fans, which demands their full attention for storytelling and wrestling night after night. As a result, many in the locker room are learning about the lawsuit and its developments at the same time as the public. Rhodes pointed out that the lack of commentary from the wrestlers isn't an intentional effort to remain silent, but rather a consequence of their commitment to their daily responsibilities in WWE. In terms of the locker room being quiet or silent, it may be. I don't think that's a matter of belief versus non-belief. I think it's strictly speaking, we want to be doing what we were doing out there, and the focus and attention it takes for 13,149 people to have a great story and match and do that every single night has left most of us where we're finding the information out just as you are. And that includes the resolution of this information in terms of what happened, how it happened, and how justice comes about, whatever it may be. I would look at it as an active attempt to the locker room to be silent in the sense we just are doing what we do day-to-day WWE business. I don't know enough about the information to give you a good enough answer there. I'm sorry. The lawsuit is currently on hold pending a federal investigation. The future for Vince McMahon remains uncertain as the situation unfolds, and it does not look promising for him. What are your thoughts on Cody Rhodes' response to such a challenging question? What do you think will happen to Vince McMahon? The WWE's plans for Cody Rhodes' Road to Bad Blood confirmed. The undisputed WWE champion, Cody Rhodes, is currently relishing his role as the face of the company. Known as the American Nightmare, Rhodes has been at the top of the WWE roster for 4 months now. Following another successful performance at Bash in Berlin, Rhodes took to social media to share his schedule for September with the WWE Universe. At Bash in Berlin, Cody Rhodes defended his undisputed WWE Championship against Kevin Owens. Despite a tough challenge from the prize fighter, Rhodes managed to retain his title by delivering the crossroads to Owens. Rhodes also participated in the post-show press conference, stepping in for Triple H to discuss the event's success and statistics. After a long night in Germany, the former AEW star took to his X, formerly Twitter, account to inform fans about his schedule for September, revealing that he will appear on every episode of WWE SmackDown this month, along with a few live event appearances. In addition to Cody Rhodes' championship defense, the event also featured a high-profile match where Gunther defended the World Heavyweight Championship against Randy Orton. The Ring General faced off against the Viper in the main event of the premium live event, successfully retaining his title. In a post-match interview, Gunther discussed the experience of main eventing a major PLE and acknowledged that he and Cody Rhodes are allies. He mentioned that Rhodes took one for the team and promised to return the favor at the upcoming Bad Blood PLE. Gunther's comments confirmed that Rhodes will be involved in the Bad Blood event on October 5th. Moreover, the likely opponent for Rhodes at the upcoming show was hinted at during the Bash in Berlin. Dominik Mysterio is facing Rhea Ripley one-on-one. Dominik Mysterio and Rhea Ripley shared one of the most memorable romances in WWE history. However, Dirty Dom seems open to the idea of facing his former mommy in a one-on-one match. After betraying Ripley at SummerSlam to align himself with Women's World Champion Liv Morgan, Dominic teamed up with his new on-screen partner to take on Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest in a mixed tag team match at Bash in Berlin. Despite interference from the Judgment Day, Ripley managed to get her hands on Dominic a few times, hinting at the tension between them. In an interview with Gorilla Position, the former NXT North American champion addressed the possibility of going head-to-head with the Eradicator, Rhea Ripley. While he acknowledged that WWE is unlikely to book such a match, Dirty Dom expressed his openness to the idea. "I don't think they'd book it, but I'm here for it. Would you do it?" "Yeah, I mean, let's just leave it at that," he said. During the same interview, Dominik Mysterio also took a jab at CM Punk. Upon arriving for the interview, Dominic casually tossed aside a CM Punk cap that was on set. When asked if he had an issue with the former WWE champion, the 27-year-old member of the Judgment Day confirmed that he did. "Have you got a problem with CM Punk?" "I mean, who doesn't have a problem with CM Punk?" Dominic said. Dominic and CM Punk faced off twice in December 2023 at WWE live events, with both matches ending in victory for Punk, known as the best in the world. It will be interesting to see if these two will cross paths again in the future. Massive congratulations to CM Punk. WWE superstar CM Punk is undeniably one of the greatest names to ever step inside the squared circle. At the Bash in Berlin premium live event, the Second City, Saint demonstrated why he has remained at the top of his game for more than 2 decades. Since the Men's Royal Rumble 2024, Punk has been embroiled in a heated feud with Drew McIntyre. After recovering from an injury, Punk finally faced McIntyre at WWE SummerSlam 2024. However, the match did not go in Punk's favor as the Scottish Warrior emerged victorious. At Bash in Berlin, the two rivals faced off once again, this time in a strap match. Both superstars delivered an incredible performance, but this time CM Punk walked away with the victory. This win is significant for Punk, marking his first televised singles WWE premium live event victory in 3,982 days. His last singles PLE win was against Ryback on October 6, 2013 at WWE Battleground. Punk's win at Bash in Berlin is a monumental moment, proving that he can still compete at the highest level even after many years in the wrestling business. During the Bash in Berlin kickoff show, CM Punk expressed his determination to stay focused and assured fans that he would defeat Drew McIntyre in their match. He also hinted at pursuing bigger and better things after his victory over McIntyre, suggesting a potential run for a major title. "I'm gonna keep it positive, I'm gonna stay focused, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow morning, and I'm gonna leave you all with this. I will win tomorrow night. I will hurt Drew McIntyre, and then I will be on to bigger and better things," Punk said. It will be interesting to see what WWE has in store for the best in the world's future. Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, Jimmy, and Jey Uso are reuniting. Fans have been eagerly anticipating a reunion of Roman Reigns' original bloodline ever since Solo Sikoa formed a sub-faction within the family. WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi recently discussed the potential endgame for the long-running Bloodline storyline. The Solo Sikoa-led Bloodline has been dominating the Blue brand for several months ever since WrestleMania. The faction faced a major challenge when the original Tribal Chief Roman Reigns returned at SummerSlam to confront the Enforcer. However, Reigns couldn't keep Solo Sikoa Sikoa and his crew down for long as Jacob Fatu attacked the head of the table a few weeks ago. This storyline development was reportedly done to write Reigns off television for personal reasons. In a recent episode of his Off the Top podcast, Rikishi speculated about the possibility of the original Bloodline and the new Bloodline working together. Yeah, I mean, it's a possibility. At the end of the day, it's, you know, that's fresh. The whole, everybody's waiting that this Bloodline comes back. People already calling it, without even writing it, Bloodline 2.0 versus Bloodline. That's already people thinking about it, right? But what a swerve that would be, as when the Bloodline comes, finally the blow-off is about ready to happen. The first time they meet, you know, this crew here, this everybody together, they're about ready to tear into each other, and all of a sudden they all turn left and raise up the ones, Rikishi said. There is currently no word on how long Roman Reigns will be absent from television. He was initially advertised for the September 13th episode of SmackDown, but has since been removed from the promotion, indicating that fans may have to wait a bit longer to see the original Tribal Chief back in action. At the Bash in Berlin Premium Live event, Michael Cole hinted at Reigns' immediate future when he announced that Solo Sikoa would be next in line for Cody Rhodes' undisputed WWE Championship. This announcement strongly suggests that the Tribal Chief won't be returning anytime soon,